Hi, everyone. Yay, you're here. I'm so excited. This is Pop Palace. This is going to be a podcast about pop music, pop culture, everything in between. I'll be your host, Jack, and I'm just so happy that you're here. A little bit about me: I'm currently studying contemporary music business. I'll be done with my degree next year. And throughout my journey studying music business, I've felt this negative attitude towards pop music, and we're here to defend pop music, guys. Pop music is cool. Pop music is full of hard work and talented people, and yeah, no more negativity towards pop music. Pop music is cool. Pop music is awesome. Let's start. Let's talk about it. Um, a little bit about me. I'm 22. Pop music is my life. I have been obsessed with pop music for a long time now, and not just the songs, but the women behind it specifically. And so, anyone that knows me knows my holy trinity of pop music. And in no particular order, I consider my holy trinity Lana Del Rey, Lady Gaga, and Madonna. And when I was first putting this season together, I thought, who is better than Madonna to start us off? The queen of pop herself. The original, the masterpiece, the icon herself. Madonna Louise Ciccone. So, I don't know if a lot of us, being Gen Z, understand a lot of Madonna and her work prior to us being born, because we've only been around for about half of her career, and she's celebrating her 40th anniversary of making music last year, actually, and that's twice as long as I've been alive. That's insane to me. So I felt it was important, not only just for my generation, but people that don't understand her journey, and talk about it a little bit. Like, this girl is just like one of us. She had a dream, she had a passion, but she grew up in the suburbs. She grew up in North Detroit. So she wasn't put on to industry secrets early. She never had someone guiding her, telling her, you can take this step, and go up here, and that's how you become a pop star. No, she did it on her own. So Madonna left her suburb of Bay City, Michigan with a dream to dance. And that's what she did. She ended up going to the University of Michigan School of Theater and Dance, where she tried school out for about 2 years. And in that 2 years, she did a lot of dancing, she met a lot of people, but someone that really made an impact on her was Martha Graham. And if you don't know Martha Graham, she is one of the most legendary dancers of all time. She was known for being the number one dancer in ballet and classical works. She ended up being Madonna's teacher at dance school. So you already have one icon teaching another just at the very beginning of her lifetime. And excuse that sneeze, that was my little baby cat, Elton. But while Madonna was doing her time at the University of Michigan, she didn't really do much besides dance. That was her passion and her dream. After studying under Martha Graham, she ended up getting the nickname Madam X from her, which is carried on through the rest of her life. But after 2 years, she's like, I think I'm good. I think I'm done. I've done the college thing, but I'm set out for more. And something about Madonna is she knew from the beginning that she was going to be famous and she was going to be a star, so she just had to put the work in. So this is when Madonna ends her time at the University of Michigan. She completes 2 years of the ballet and dance program, and in 1978, that's when she buys a one-way ticket to New York City. She bought a one-way ticket to New York City. She didn't have any job there. She only had $35 in her pocket, and she's like, fuck it, let's do it. And that's kind of the mentality she's had since the beginning, and it's worked. So Madonna lands in New York City, first time on a plane for her. She ends up auditioning and finds a job at Dunkin' Donuts, and the auditioning is for backup dancer roles or backup singer roles on tours. And she finally lands a role as Patrick Hernandez, backup singer and backup dancer. They ended up flying to Paris to perform a few shows in Europe, And after that, she comes home and she's like, we're doing my own music. I'm not helping other people. I'm not being their backup dancers. I'm not singing in the back for them. Let's do me. And that's what she does. Like, this girl is so determined. She knows what she wants. She gets what she wants. And she does it her way. She didn't have, like, these parents that were a part of a label or big in the industry. She had a father who lived in Detroit in the suburbs, and her mother passed away when she was young. She's doing everything on her own, and that's like part of the reason I just love her so much is the passion and effort that she put into this to get herself where she is just like, I don't know, it's just so amazing, and I just love her for that. After her tour in Europe with Patrick Hernandez, she decides, no, it's my time. I'm going to be in the band. I'm not just the backup. I'm going to be in the band, be the star. Because she knew she was the star from the beginning. After coming back to New York City, she's ready to roll. She creates a band called The Breakfast Club. And some of y'all may not know, but she can also play other instruments. So in this band, she was lead singer. She played guitar and drums. And the band only kept together for about a year, and then she decided to move on, and she left the band with one of the guitar players, Stephen Ray. This is the pivotal point in Madonna's career when she's like, I'm going to take it to the next level. And I know she's already been doing that, but this is the final reach that will fully make her into the pop star that we know today. And that's her and Steven putting together a 4-song demo tape of her first 4 singles that she's ready to do. So Madonna's solo now. She's like, I'm done with the bands. Me and Steven, we've got these 4 singles in a demo, and I'm going to promote it myself. I'm going to make sure everyone hears this. And that's what she does. So she's really into club culture already. She's known to be at the clubs all the time. She knows the DJs already. She knows a lot of the dancers. And that's what she does. She goes and brings this tape to all of her favorite clubs and all of her favorite DJs at like the notorious clubs in New York City in the 80s. The Mud Club, Danceteria, there's so many others. And she would bring these to the DJs she knows, and they would often be like, I can't play this unless you can guarantee 100% that people aren't going to stop dancing. And she was confident enough that she was like, I have zero doubt in my mind that people will stop dancing. And they played her songs, and they were hits. People loved them from the beginning. Before they were even like officially released, people knew them in the clubs. Madonna was also really well known in like the arts community of New York City. She knew Keith Haring and Jean Basquiat and so many other modern artists that also helped her push her artistry even further and use them as inspiration. And this is one of my favorite parts of Madonna's life, because she's like being herself to the max, and she's doing this. This is one of my favorite times in Madonna's life because you can like feel the authenticity, because she's on the ground promoting herself as a new artist, and she has all the confidence to release her music into the world knowing that there could be negative feedback or knowing that people might not like it, and she doesn't care. She knows that it's her time and it's her destiny to release this music. So while Madonna's self-promoting her album, she's doing everything on her own. She ends up getting contacted by Camille Barbone of Gotham Records. So we're in 1981, still very early in her career, and Camille puts everything she has into promoting Madonna and getting her start in the music industry. And Camille is a very interesting person herself, someone that I suggest you guys all like go and research yourself. There's honestly some drama there that hasn't gone explained fully. There's rumors that they were in love. There's rumors that Madonna used her to get famous. There's rumors also that Camille just used Madonna. So the whole situation with Camille Barbone and Gotham Records only lasted about a year. And the reason behind that is not fully said, but a lot of people suggest that Madonna and Camille had a relationship and it ended badly. But there's also, Camille says that she spent all of her money and went broke promoting Madonna. And so I think there's probably something that happened in the middle that just didn't end well. So her relationship with Gotham Records and Camille Barbone, only lasted about 1 year. And something interesting to me, and part of the culture side of this, is anytime you search Camille up, it's always Camille in relation to Madonna, even though their relationship together in business only lasted about a year. Even up to her most recent things, like in 2024, she's still associating herself with Madonna. And I just think it's really interesting because Madonna only associated herself with Camille for about a year in 1981. And so I just find it really interesting that she's still heavily attached to using Madonna's name, but not necessarily attached to Madonna in the real sense anymore, or even in the management sense, because that was only a year and it's been almost 40 years since that relationship. So after her and Camille ended things in 1982, she goes back to her self-promotion. And this is when she gets DJs to play her demo. One of Madonna's friends, who is also one of the DJs that she's been using to promote her music in the clubs, is DJ Mark Kamens. And he was a DJ at the legendary Danceteria in 1982 and the years prior and before, but we're in 1982 now. And he introduces Madonna to one of the most important people of her life that really changed everything. And so DJ Mark Kamens introduced her to Seymour Stern, president of Sire Records. So Sire Records was a subsidiary of Warner Records, huge record label. They're also in the music world, extremely well connected. So this is a huge deal for Madonna, and as soon as he hears her demo, it's an immediate sign. She got a record deal, Sire Records, and their deal was for 3 singles with an option of an album. And she goes with that deal. She ends up releasing the 3 singles, and this is when we end up with Madonna, the self-titled debut release. So 1983 is the pivotal year for Madonna. This is when she gets her debut album released under Sire Records, and it is labeled Madonna, self-titled debut album. That's so badass in my opinion. All of her hard work up to now has been on her own. She's gotten help through other people from finding them and connecting with them. She hasn't had anyone write her a big check just so she could make it. She's done the work. She did the work. She worked at Dunkin' Donuts, y'all. Every single song on Madonna, the self-titled album, is a hit. Even to this day, like, if you play any of those songs, majority of people who listen to pop know all of them. And I think there's just something to say that from the start, you've been releasing bangers. Like, she never had a bad era, even from the beginning, and she's doing it all on her own. Madonna's work ethic is insane, and this is one of the reasons that Pop Palace is here, is we're here to defend pop, but we're also here to learn the facts about pop stars so we know how to defend them. So when people tell me, why do you like Madonna? I say, because she built herself up from the beginning. She did it all herself. She's been an icon from the start. And there is no refusing the fact that she worked hard to get where she is. And we wouldn't know that unless we understood their history. So this is why it's so important for people my age and people who don't understand to go back and learn about pop stars and significant women in history so we can defend them when it is 2024 and people are saying that she's washed up or she has no talent. But we know the truth, and we know everything she's done up until this point and everything she continues to do. And we can really respect and appreciate that and defend pop music in the name of Pop Palace and preserving the palace. So thank you all for listening to our inaugural episode of Pop Palace. I am so lucky that you guys are here and so lucky you listened. And I can't wait for next episode. It's going to be about Like a Virgin. So we're going to continue the Madonna legacy, and I have so much more to share, and I'm just so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.